What's up, guys? Welcome back to So Many Parks, So Little Time, or as I like to call it, Samo Pas Swuspista. So today is an exciting one because we are at Energylandia in Zator, Poland. It is the very first Polish theme park I've been to, my very first time in Poland, obviously. This is a park that's been exciting the roller coaster community because they are rapidly becoming the roller coaster capital of the world. In less than 10 years, this park was just an empty farmland and became home to currently 17 roller coasters, with 2 opening this year and then 1 opening next year, possibly even more. Granted, a lot of those rides are like family coasters and kiddie coasters, but even still, there's a lot to see here, including the Hyperion mega coaster, which is one of the tallest roller coasters in Europe, and then Zadra, which is a gigantic RMC hybrid coaster. This has got to be one of the most rapidly expanding theme parks in the world, and they're showing no sign of slowing down. Now, this is actually our second day here. The first day was very, very rainy, very wet. I couldn't get any good shots or anything, so we just enjoyed the park. But it was good because the park was completely dead. We got to ride every single roller coaster, plus re-rides, plus multiple rides on the flat rides. And today, the weather is great, and the parking lot is completely filled. So we're just going to relax, we're going to take our time, we're going to get some nice shots of the ride for you, and overall, I'll show you around Energylandia. So yeah, let's have a great day here today. So, wouldn't you know it, I forgot to record a review of Hyperion. Way to go, Vince. Hyperion was a really awesome coaster. But for a ride as massive as it is, it's so close to a Giga Coaster status, I was surprised that it wasn't quite as powerful as I was expecting. Now, don't get me wrong, it still absolutely hauls. But Conda is 100 feet shorter in height and felt like the stronger Intamin in my opinion. But still, Hyperion delivers a wild ride. You get some excellent sustained ejector airtime over that first hill, and then a dive loop on a coaster this massive was such a unique experience. The wing seats are not as good as Skyrush or Flying Aces, but provide some amazing whip going over those twists throughout the ride. Overall, fantastic coaster.
We have to redo the Wonder Wheel today because there's no raindrop.
Yes.
I might do that.
There we go. The pads look much more alive today than they did last time we were here. Sun's out, people are out, everyone's having fun. It's a good day. Even with the crowds, the wait times are not that much today. It looks like 30 minutes is the maximum wait, and it's for stuff that we're not even planning on riding today. It is not that busy today, actually. So one thing we noticed about this park the last time we were here is that they've got this strange fixation on dragons. I think there are like 4 dragon-themed roller coasters in this park. So yeah, I guess Poland must really like their dragons. Must be a part of their mythology here. Can't complain. Dragons are pretty cool.
Mayan's even only 10 minutes for an SLC on an average busy day. That would be like 60. So I think the other path just comes up through this way.
I do like the Dragon Land. It sort of reminds me of like a miniature Hogsmeade.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got like that rustic aesthetic, and it's very well done. I like it. Music actually almost sounds Harry Potter-esque. Would not be surprised if they took some inspiration from Hogsmeade. So Zadra is awesome. Yeah, big surprise. The guy who says pretty much every RMC is awesome says Zadra is awesome. Well, it really is. Granted, because of the weather conditions, I feel like we're not getting the maximum rides that Zadra can offer. I've heard that like on a very hot, sweltering days, this ride is just insane and #1 worthy, but unfortunately we're just not getting those conditions today. But even as is what's probably just the more general ride experience, it's still a very, very fantastic roller coaster. It's not really up there as one of my favorite RMCs. I mean, it's probably top 5 for me, but it's one of the best paced RMCs that I've been on. It's glass smooth, lots of airtime, lots of positive G's on this one, actually. The inversions are very whippy and fun. The attraction just looks fantastic in its location. While it didn't quite knock my socks off, I mean, it's still a fantastic ride and better than like 95% of roller coasters out there. So yeah, Zadra, absolutely worth admission. So back here is Aqualantis. This is basically like a water Atlantis theme, as well as a steampunk. Parts of it look really, really nice, but also a lot of it looks pretty barren as well. I'm sure as the years go on and this area actually connects closer to the front of the park, should hopefully be able to gain a bit more life and more theatrics to it. I mean, look at this area. This area looks nice. I also like the little rock and tug next to the giant disco coaster. It's really cute. Abyssus is a new generation Vekoma launch coaster, and it is pretty cool. It's the first in a line of what are supposed to be sort of off-the-shelf launch roller coasters. This one has the extended opening on the first launch. A couple of them just go straight from this launch into the main layout. But yeah, it's got a very tenacious layout, it's got a nice top hat, the only vertical loop in the park actually, and then a bat wing. Haven't seen one of those in quite a while. The ride, like all the other new generation Vekomas on this trip, it's just glass smooth. All of the transitions just flow from element to element. It's all very well done. At the same time, the ride does look wilder than it actually is, which isn't terribly a knock on the ride, but don't expect like a Maverick or Tehran or something like that going onto this ride. But for what it is, it's a beautiful roller coaster and it's a ton of fun as well. So it's not open yet, but this is going to be Sweet Valley, which is a brand new area to Energylandia. It's gonna have 2 new roller coasters, and looks like they're making significant progress. I know that the mine train coaster has been done for quite some time now, so only a matter of time before they finish things up and open it to the public. Family Boomerang number 3 of the trip. So, Roller Coaster Mayan is Vekoma SLC, but it's good, actually. It does have the same typical Vekoma SLC standard layout, but it was built just a couple of years ago. So all of the high-tech track profiling that rides like the Great Nor'easter has, it was built with this right away. It is by no means B&M invert smooth, but I mean, it's smooth enough, so I'll give it props for that. Viking is absolutely terrible. It's a spinning wild mouse. It's actually the same make and model as the one at Cataclysm in Mexico, but this one for some reason has over-the-shoulder restraints. As such, it is a terrible, terrible ride. I have no idea what SBF was thinking, but somehow this is not the worst SBF Visa spinning coaster in the park. And also, it's next to the SLC, and somehow the SLC is the better of those two rides.
Odepnij teraz.
All right. So, Formula is incredibly important to the amusement park industry. If you remember my terrible 10 important coasters of the 2010s video, I actually listed Formula as one of the most important coasters of the 2010s. This was a roller coaster that kicked off new gen Vekoma. It's the roller coaster that reinstilled confidence in Vekoma in the roller coaster enthusiast community. This was the most different roller coaster they had ever built. It was a completely different track design, train design. It all came together and provided this really smooth, really intense ride. And it really is a very fun ride. It's actually not quite as intense as I just made it out to be, but it's still got a pretty forceful launch and some very whippy inversions and some surprising airtime as well. It is a fantastic fit for Energylandia and a fantastic new wave of the amusement industry. So Speed was a ride that I was absolutely dreading. If you know me, then you know that I do not like rides that get you soaking wet. And there's a video by a YouTuber Theme Park Review of this ride showing riders not only getting soaked, but practically drowned by this ride. But luckily on my ride, one, it was already raining, so I was already soaking wet to begin with, but two, it did not flood our boat like it did to TPR. And the ride, it was actually pretty fun. It really lives up to its name, Speed, as it is a very, very fast ride, and it absolutely feels fast. That airtime hill going into the final splashdown, it feels like you are going really, really fast, much faster than it's actually going. So yeah, I'm glad I rode it, but yeah, I think my rides on Speed are done. So just like Dragon Flyer, RMF Dragon is a really awesome family inverted coaster. Definitely has some wicked forces to it for what's supposed to be a family ride. Dude, this is adorable. This park has a baby Talocan here. Vekoma Family Boomerang number 4 of the trip. It's insane that the US does not have a single one of these, and now I've ridden 5 of them, including the one in Dubai, which is the same model as this one. They're fun rides, though. So what's really cool about the Space Booster is that these rides are usually an upcharge attraction. However, here at the park, it's included in admission. Granted, it's not as good as one of the ones you'll find at like a fairground or a carnival. It doesn't even go backwards, but hey, for free, I will take it. So I'm going around right now. I'm sort of enjoying the park, having a good time, and Actually, no, it's okay. This SBF Visa spinner gets a pass, only because it happens to be better than the other SBF Visa spinning coaster on the other side of the park. But yeah, I have now seen this roller coaster model on 3 continents. I am tired. This is the final Vekoma and final dragon-themed roller coaster. Seen to Energylandia, who is the mascot of the park. Pretty cool. It's also a Flight of the Hippogriff model. So this park is notorious for having many repeat rides. You've seen all the family coasters, but we got 3 monorails going throughout the park. We got multiple splash battles, multiple different spinning rides. Yeah, it's a park that likes to buy in bulk, that's for sure. And here are roller coasters numbers 16 and 17. 16 is this weird kiddie coaster called Mars. It's actually more of a family coaster. It's an SBF Visa, but it's actually got a pretty extended layout. It's kind of fun. And then over here we got number 17, which I mean, come on, this barely counts as a roller coaster. It's a powered coaster, and actually it feels like a shorter version of a mock powered coaster. Actually builds up an appreciable amount of speed. But yeah, as for roller coaster counting, I don't even count powered coasters, and this was a pathetic credit for me to get. So in this pyramid is probably the worst motion simulator I've come across. The movements did not match up at all with the movie, and the movie itself was just nonsensical with terrible animation altogether. I do like how at certain points the seats just sort of throw you forwards. It's kind of hilarious, but yeah, no, it was good to get out of the rain for a few minutes, but terrible ride. I do not approve with what that tentacle mouth guy is doing to that dolphin. So, honestly, despite the park size, it does not feel as big as it seemed to be when we first embarked on this trip. Sure, they have a ton of land and a ton of coasters, but it doesn't feel like it takes that much time going from one end of the park to the other. It's not like Cedar Point. Hello. It's not like Cedar Point or Europa Park, where it really is a slog just to get from one side of the park to the other. That being said, it is still a really big park, so you still gotta bring your walking shoes here. that was Energylandia in Zator, Poland, and this was a very fun day. As for the park itself, I kind of have mixed feelings about it, to be honest. They have so many roller coasters, so much land, so many rides, but it doesn't feel connected. It doesn't feel glued together. It doesn't feel concentrated. And then the operations are kind of spotty, honestly. However, Zadra, Hyperion, Abyssus, Formula, they do have some really good rides here. Zadra is just absolutely, it's one of my favorite coasters, it's one of my favorite RMCs. And then Hyperion is just a massive, beautiful roller coaster. And same with Abyssus, it just fits into the park so freaking well. And then of course you're getting a tilt coaster next year, so this park is growing at an exponential rate. So if they keep throwing things at the wall, then a lot of good things are gonna stick, to be honest. So while I can't 100% recommend it, I actually do kind of recommend you come out here, check out the park for yourself. They have a lot of good stuff, and Zadras and Hyperion are absolutely worth it. So overall, yeah, great day and great time in Poland so far. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. We'll see which park we're at. Take care.